NIP performance. They picked up 14 T rounds, by the way. Finished off the job quite quickly.
This should be a comfort zone for G2.
I think so.
It's going to be interesting once we get to that CT side to see how the bomb sets are moved around. Maybe Jax has to take Amanek's role of being the B defender. But let's focus on the pistol as we've got some mid-control smokes being laid on out. Jax and Hunter straight through connector. And Nork, well, he's down.
Yeah, they have got a setup though. Rez and Twist. And they found one of them, taking that duel. Wow, Jax could not connect those bullets, and it's given enough space for Rez to find it. Now it gets awkward for niko. He was supposed to be the last man. Now Nexa finding a frag on short makes things awkward. Again, with losing the bomb, G2 have to overcome this commitment to A by simply the product of a frag. CTs even have numbers. Rez still keeping niko busy. He has the info to confirm that Palace is still present. niko's desperately not trying not to go down, but G2 falling another flat of the mark around here. He could spot Plopsky, and he does. Just the leg visible, but deals with Rez first. Teammates haven't communicated it yet. Knows there was one CT.
Oh, he doesn't know where Plopsky is.
He actually doesn't. Now he does. He doesn't quite find the shot. They even double peek as well. So had he found that likely trade coming from Twist swing. NIP, neat, tidy, first pistol down.
Now, this is where it gets dicey to see what type of a buy G2 want to bring forward into round number 2. Rez under the
long Rez had to find this.
I hate this duel. Like, it seems like such a good idea, especially if you have teammates baiting for you, but it can get really awkward. Rez did a good job, and Plopsky finishing things off, so fantastic work. And, well, the shot's just not landing for niko there as he tried with the P250 as he might. Will just be the save. P250 for Jax, Deagle for Nexa, everybody else down to the Glocks, and I think this one could be quick. Nork postured close middle, Plopsky overseeing with the AUG from the window. I can't think of a
better weapon for holding a Glock's top mid than an AUG. And, well, they flash him up, and he confirms there is action top middle.
Oh, Plopsky's down.
Has found Plopsky with only a pistol, and Jax's P2K's found a frag.
No.
Now there's an AUG in play. Okay, round 2 does have something to offer, it seems. More than something. This could be everything. Hunter's spotted out the B rotation, and his existence is enough to keep the CTs completely on high alert. They're hunting Hunter.
Oh, Hampus, what are you doing, my friend? Straight into 3 of them.
Not the full eco victory, and Twist, a necessary frag. That was the threat, and now the control. It returns, and so does the AUG to his control. Swaps it for the FAMAS. Didn't have time to throw it away. Didn't have an option to throw it away. So there is still a weapon in play. Great timing on that peek. He isolates the bomb carrier. niko boosted up. Twist was ready. And that one starts to fall a little flat, despite a spectacular start. Plopsky going down to the Glock, and, well, it started strong. Finishes even better for NIP, though.
Yeah, that one right there almost got out of control, and it was well handled, but not in the way. Wow, that's a great shot from Hunter there. Plopsky getting punished, but not in the way that I expected. Normally, you'd suppose the CTs would try and play the sites and some choke points, but they actually took the fight to G2, and they didn't want them to allow to get positioning or lose where they were last spotted, and that was over towards middle. So Twist hitting some absolute bangers there, and yeah, sure, it was against unarmored opponents with not a lot brought into the round, but it was necessary frags, so bailing them out of a bit of a hole there. I mentioned NIP's last showing on MIRAGE was a 16-4 loss to Na'Vi. So they need to win those ones, and they need to win this fight. Hunter silences Twist, the hero of last round, being sat down very early, and he wants to take more space. Molotov towards Van. Hampus will not be able to push on in and try and look for info. Great early entry now for G2 as they can slow this one down. Their mid-control is coming on through as we see the smoke towards window, the flash towards connector. And actually, NIP are opting to push towards the A ramp. We can see on the radar, Rez up close and personal with the MP9, and under the balcony will be Nork. That leaves Plopsky in tow with this AUG to oversee middle, but if it's a B-side finish, and that's looking very, very likely with 1 minute and 5
feels like a save call is very likely if Hampus doesn't find 2.5.
Precisely. He has to do so much damage here, but look how much utility he has at this stage of the game. If he continues to hold on to this smoke grenade and drops it at roughly 40 seconds, he might dissuade G2 into the stack onto the A bomb site. That would be very, very dangerous.
Yeah, and the B util's about to land, so is that his cue?
What is that smoke?
It's come all the way from top middle and
what
landed
the hell
in
is that?
Apps. Kenny threw that one out. And they're actually going to go for the A-Rap. This is into the stack. There's 3 CTs waiting for them. Nork and Rez are still there. They haven't got time to pivot. I say that with bated breath. niko's giving it a good go. He is trying to get his body over to B. It's wide open. If Kenny gets the jump,
oh my God,
has gone down. Now they've confirmed it. The B side will be the finish. Nork, a 1 versus 2. A sound cue required. He could use it to bait. But with 9 seconds, niko finds a safe haven for the plant. It won't be denied. Oh, he might give it a go, though. Closing in. niko gets away. Peeks in. Nork gets the frag. He's got a smoke.
No way.
And this is awkward. What do you do to defuse it? He jumps for the fake, confirms Kenny's short. And then times for the re-peek. Oh, Kenny confirms it. Knows the hunt's on. Oh, getting pushed in, and he handles it with brilliance. Another clutch. How many has he won over the course of this series so far? Nork has just pulled a 3rd out of the hat for the Ninjas.
That's his 5th clutch. His 5th 1vx situation over the
series.
2 maps. That is insane stuff here from Nork. What a clutch that was.
Let's see that again.
Segregated.
He was ready for niko's re-peek as well. I mean, it favors Nork. He's still got that right eye. He maintained it. And then look at this catch on Kenny. Kenny even shooting first. And he had an AK-47. If he'd had a bit more precision, Nork would not have been punished, but he's got a smile on his face, as do his teammates. They've got a man they can count on.
And the first 15 seconds of that round started with Twist getting sat down from Hunter. That is how that round started. Think about how it ended. That is adding insult to injury for G2 at this point. They had a rough time on Vertigo. They're losing more clutches, and Rez, he wants more. He's going to take Jax out. This is some inspired Counter-Strike from NIP. I haven't seen them play with such a game plan in a long time.
Yeah, it definitely works out well. I wonder if... Yeah, this gets awkward. He doesn't get a chance. Quick free fire from Kenny, yes. Nork's got 17 bullets. What is that timing? He's just completely beheaded nexo, blind in the smoke. Nearly stabilized enough to finish off. Another for Nork. The dude's having a game he really, really, truly deserves. After taking a break, he comes back and he is the opposite of burnt out. He is fresh-faced and ready. He even has a good idea as to Kenny's afterplant position, but they're not anticipating Hunter. Kenny peeks out at the perfect time. Twist will not be ready for the jungle flank, and it's clean as you like. G2, despite Nork's nonsense, get the first on the board.
Oh, and it's very needed.
Oh, they're broken.
Yeah, it's just that 1,400 loss bonus for NIP at this stage. So they should probably force buy here. And you can see Nork just, that's nuts. A headshot as well. There's the second onto niko. Impact, but not enough to get them around. And this one was very necessary for G2 to post, and not because of the financial situation it puts NIP in, purely for the confidence. If you keep losing those clutches, if you keep losing the close situations, you might be thinking you need to make and take the round into your own hands. Just there, they stayed poised, they stayed cool, calm, and collected. And now we will see NIP go for the force buy. Nork on the scout, so he gets a couple of tags that'll soften them up for these pistols, the Deagles and the 5.7 of Twist, with light utility. Jax with that same routine. Smoke and flash. That's going to help them secure mid-control. From underpass, Hunter will rear his head. He's only working with a UMP. Always using a bit of utility. Mid set up for a lot of crossfires, so they need to make sure they're mollying, smoking, and nading, and that flash is great. Jax will convert. Hampus goes down, and there's a number advantage in the favor of G2 Esports. But look at this. Twisted taking space, and he's taken down Nexa. So back and forth the trades go, and there's an AK now under the CT remit.
Ugh.
Oh, no.
How did that go down? And now Twist...
He's going to get away.
Isn't... Oh, he doesn't get away.
3 shots at that for
Three
niko.
attempts. Gets it. Hunter's fragging as well. Nork trying to be a threat. He's managed to find a second scout frag. He already took down Kenny S. And the bomb, again with G2, is loose. They'll be retrieving it top mid, but it does feel like Jax... Oh, timing favors him there. He catches the push. Nork wants to re-peek. You know he wants to finish that frag, but... He'd have
Come on,
to
Nork.
be very quick.
Come on, mate. You've won a couple.
He is a threat.
There's only 10 seconds. niko needs to get a move on
Oh,
it.
if he'd have pulled that off. niko plants safe from shore all the same, so not going to be the potential round-winning fail. And he's making so much noise. He can try again? Nah. Okay, he's going underpass. If he could find another kill, keep those rifles locked on the site, he's going to use every second of this round to punish. Ooh.
niko?
Hello. He saw his head. Oh! This is getting weird.
This is very awkward.
Okay, now I'm just glad it's over. Can we just pretend that whole situation's over? Now, Nork did recover the AK. They both stared at each other, kind of blew each other a kiss. Said, "I'll speak to you later, mate."
Oh boy!
And that was the AK of Twist, right? Who was scarpering into the apps. We saw niko find him on his third attempt.
Oh, that was a comedy of errors that round.
No, but G2 take him. This is the chase.
Twist is really pushing his luck on that third one.
That third strafe.
Come on now.
Twist. Oh, hi. Just 1 second. I need to decide if I'm. Okay.
Oh, it's nice doing business with you, Niko.
Yeah, quick trade.
Okay, so Nork has the AK, but that's the only upgraded weapon going into round number 6 for NIP. It's just going to be USPs. Oh, defensive Molotov there from Jax. So that one would deal with any CTs wanting to aggress up middle. And that will not be the case. NIP have opted for a bit more of a passive stance, 2 towards B.
I mean, this is just basically hoping G2 outplay themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Nork wants to do with this AK, because currently he's over towards the B bomb site. And that would be banking on the fact that's where they finish. I thought they might try and use him a little bit more aggressively and try and find an opening pick. And now he starts his look-see-loo. Oof, I'm not sure if Nexa would have caught that. Isn't positioned so. Difficult fight for Nork here.
As soon as he fires a bullet, G2 will change their game plan. Exactly where, well, space has been made. Looks like Hunter and Jax have managed to create space. The AK does nothing. Good catch from Nexa, waiting it out. Looks like a competitive Mirage.
Thank God. I didn't want a repeat of what we had happen there on map number 1. That was a blowout from NIP in case you missed it. And if you want to go back and watch it, it's only going to take you about 25 minutes. So don't be afraid to check that one out after the series finishes here this evening. It will be tied up, 3 rounds apiece. And finally, G2 getting some well-handled rounds. It doesn't feel like they're having to scrap for all of these moments. Let's see how poised they can be on their first real gun round. It's going to be an AWP for Kenny, 3 AKs, and Nexa's actually using a Mac 10, so might want to do this one with a bit of quickness. NIP, they don't have all the goodies, not rocking a defuse kit and a FAMAS for Plopsky so we can get full utility. See how this one unfolds as there is posturing over towards middle. You can see some standard utility being lobbed on out. Window smoke, connector smoke deep, short smoke. This is indicative of mid control. And Jax is selling this all on his lonesome. It will be a B finish, and that's going to put pressure on Twist.
Oh, Twist is not prepared. Flashed, Molotov, and blind spray. Finally goes down to the flames.
Save. Yeah, it's a really rough decision to have to make here, but as soon as you lose both players over towards B, there's no retake on the cards, and G2 could even make a conversation for chasing and trying to take away a couple of these rifles, especially that AWP in the hands of Nork. They have residual cash on all of their members other than Kenny.
But look how far away they are, Chad. Is there even a way to be punishing any of these?
Yeah, I think they might just hold on to what they have. Jax is starting to have a little bit of a look, but on with about 10 or so seconds remaining until it blows up, would have to let go of that shift key and start gallivanting forward very quickly. About to detonate now, and it will be the 4th round for G2.
Have you ever ridden a horse, Chad?
No, I haven't. I've ridden an elephant.
Oh, that is a peculiar animal to have ridden prior to a horse.
Yeah.
How was the elephant ride?
I think I was about 4 years old.
It doesn't even count.
A lot of it.
I'm almost going to say that it doesn't even count.
Okay.
You can't even remember it.
There's a
You've
picture
never
of
ridden
me
an elephant.
and me mum on the elephant.
Okay, so touche. You've got photo evidence. I can't dispute it.
Why? What about horses?
I don't know. I mean, I was wondering how you found the experience, but clearly you can't recall any sort of historical riding.
No.
I always find it quite scary.
Rode, but
I think I've got a lot of respect for those that trust a horse with their lives. It's like a motorbike with a brain. Like, who wants that? Bang! And Nex has opened up the round. He's taken Nork down and out. And one of the few threats neutralized. A good flash to give space and slow Hampus, but you'd need a 1D banger. A straight-up Skrillex bangerang, and he hasn't got it. There is a lovely and tempting smoke for him there, look.
Pick me up, grab me.
Tries to fake the drop-off. He tries to fake the fake sound of the shot to drop. My God, Counter-Strike's getting kooky now, isn't it? He fires a shot to make it sound like he's not there, but the jiggle reveals he is. So he's out of the running. Still haven't seen a frag from the fragging in-game leader that is Hampus, and there is a weapon there to be denied. So Nex's presence isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, Nexa just wants to make sure this AWP doesn't get picked up. But in the meantime, the remainder of his
These
team...
guys have been staring at each other in Palace for a while now. niko really does not want to give this frag to the setup of Rez, and he peeks him. The most inopportune moment is an equalizing frag, and now Hampus is caught with his knife out. Excuse me, that was Kenny. Twist getting a lot of work done with just the distraction. It's Plopsky that peppers from behind, and this round falls to Plopsky. He's been found by Nexa, and G2 will make a round out of that in the end. It did feel like they were pulling teeth, though. A lot of painful procedures involved in finding that 5th round.
It was a very labored round indeed.
They got cash to splash, though, G2, by finding 5 rounds in a row and keeping majority of them relatively clean. You can see that their T-side troubles, at least financially, are not going to be present for a while.
Yeah, and this is where NIP are on the back foot. It doesn't matter that we haven't seen G2 play Mirage with Jax and niko in the team. Obviously, we've seen them play it with Jax. This is since the 6-man roster has come in for these guys. We need to wait and see how they gel, what gets changed. And Norks missed another one here. He was on fine form on Vertigo, but missing a couple of shots in the early stages, and that pushes Plopsky forward. He's able to take down one. Hunter immediately trades, and now Nork, they know the AWP's there. They heard the shot. What are you going to do? You're going to do exactly that. Jump down and get taken out. Yikes. This is not looking good for NIP at all, and Kenny's found another. So quick round, 1:20 remaining on the clock, and G2 are looking much better, much more comfortable on Mirage. And I think at this stage, NIP are probably scratching their heads. Do we regroup? Do we try and save? Do we just 1-1 and see if we can multi-frag onto a bomb site? It is a 2-on-4. There's no right option, especially considering you have no idea where the majority of the G2 forces are. As we can see, all of which will be coming up the A ramp. Rez just playing very, very passive over towards Ticket. Should only be a matter of time until they find him. Yeah, so pushing into the site now. Molotov smokes, clearing out, being diligent. Jump peek from Jax, it spots Rez. niko will finish off that frag, and now Twist, if he can save. That'd be great. Gets offered up on a silver platter. Jax wide peeking, but the trade was not able to follow. And now it's a matter of how many bodies do they want to throw at this. You were talking about all the extra cash G2 have to splash. Well, you could probably risk the hunt with 1 or 2 members. Both of those riflers should have a little bit of a look in, and Hunter's trying to cut off his rotations away from the B site. Up through spawn comes niko. You see Kenny making sure he can't disappear through short. So at this point, Twist, you're on a timer. And that bomb is now your friend. The quicker it goes off, the quicker you can save, and that won't be the case. niko takes him down. Round 6 on the board. And the way this one's starting, it definitely feels destined for a 3rd map. That map will be Train. Yeah, big risk by Nork there. Not able to hit the flary shots that we've seen so far.
So 6 in a row from the T sign on G2's pick. The discrepancy between the team that showed up on Vertigo from G2 and the one we're seeing here on the T side certainly shows the power of the map pool, or rather the absence of power on Vertigo. NIP, it was probably a combination of their strength and G2's weakness, culminating in a disastrous scoreline. Seems the series continues in a competitive stance, though. What can these CTs do? And it does feel like NIP have been playing against 2 enemies this half so far, Chad.
Yeah.
It's been G2 and the economy.
And I think another problem for them is lack of opening duel success. They haven't been able to find too many within the first 9 rounds of play, and I'm not sure if it matters too much if they find an opening here on round 10, because it will just be the upgraded pistols. And the CT's economy, for those of you maybe a little bit newer to Counter-Strike, things cost a bit more. The rifle's more expensive. You need to get diffuse kits. Your incendiary compared to the Molotov costs a little bit extra as well. So the max loss bonus is not enough to keep you above water regarding the buys. You do have to either save more guns or limp in with these kind of half purchases, which are still potent, they're still deadly.
Yeah, I mean, these are the rounds that some teams really struggle to close out because of the ambiguous CT positioning. Double molly. Hampus has found the only safe haven. That's crazy. One high, one low. He still doesn't burn. Perhaps redundant use of a lot of expensive nades if he can just sit there all the same. They might even call it cleared. Don't know whether that's going to cost Jax his life. There is potential for that.
Hampus could use a frag as well. A freebie in the back of Jax would be the great place to start. G2 are all heading back through T-spawn other than that forward position that you can see there on your screen. And they will be executing onto the A bomb site.
Yeah, so the question is basically surrounding Jax, right? They're going to go for this A take. Will Plopsky go stairs? Will Jax time it to punish the stairs player? Will Hampus swing too early? Here it comes. Hampus has a look, and he can't punish Jax in time. He does tuck in. Trying to strafe into the window. Jax will not be able to catch him just yet. Twist working on CT, but this one is about as far gone as it can be. He is low. Hunter is playing with fire, hunting a Deagle at 34 HP, and oh, through the corner of the wall, he lives to tell the tale. That's enough. Yeah, Hunter thinks better of it. I'll use the AWP to confirm any lingering CTs, and Norlock is playing into Kenny's hands. We got 7, G2. All consecutive rounds on their attack, and you can see what it's doing to the NIP morale. They will pull out the full weapon round, and of course, this is where the half starts to get a bit more determined. Should G2 secure 8, they will technically have won the half, albeit at the moment it's 5 versus 4. We've yet to have a contribution from Hampus. He's been struggling on B, tested on B. But now he's got a proper weapon. You know, it's very hard to be responsible for that site with a Desert Eagle and a single smoke grenade.
Yeah, and we do need to see him come alive here. NIP not only are struggling through the impact of Hampus, but they've only found 2 opening kills in the entirety of these 10 rounds played. And on the CT side, that's just not good enough. And you're seeing that reflected in the gameplay. Hampus aggressive and finds the frag. That's what they needed. Maybe that'll inspire them on here to a 4th round.
Mission accomplished. Kenny, yes. On the aggress. Yes, Hampus gone. Quick find, and that is one way to nullify the opening frag found by NIP. He's caught the short player. He's traded that frag, albeit a little late. And now Jax gets tested by Plopsky. No trade. They've actually managed to overcome the opening frag and return to it. Look how low they are, though. Maybe Kenny's Tech 9 is the perfect weapon for the job. He's found Nort, quickly traded. Rez, no slouch from that dark spot. He is being hunted by niko, but the flash deters again. 45, no rush. Hunter's won his duel, and now niko cleanly finding the head of Rez. It's twist to clutch, and it's not far off. He's already taken down the first. He can drop 2 smokes here. I think he's recovered a second as he throws that first. Oh, speculative shots even confirming. Hunter's reposition. Fakes the stair climb. But the fact he still has a smoke for the bomb, right? Surely that's the play. He has no idea where Hunter's playing. Is it Tetris? Is it Dark? Is it Sandwich? But a smoke and a kit. One of the least fun ways to lose a round. Do a smoke defuse. And he goes for it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and G2 actually get it in the second. Maybe even half a second between that spray and a third, making a 4th round for NIP. Not to be. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Let's see that one again, because you can see how hard Hunter worked for it initially. It was niko and him twisted so well to find the first and the second frags. But just diffusing in the smoke. One last second on that diffuse. You can see how close it was. Takes note of that one. Malik realizing a little bit of a divine intervention. Oh no, not all your nades, Plopsky. Get out of dodge, bro.
Yeah,
He's caught.
They have an idea that someone's in window, so they'll probably pepper that with a couple more grenades if they have them. We can see not to be the case. This is feeling a lot like Vertigo, just with the shoe on the other foot. So everyone should be prepping yourself for train. It's very, very likely we get there. NIP, they just haven't been able to crack the code on their Mirage. I'll actually run you through some of their more recent results since coming back from the player break, or in the last 3 months. Mirage for NIP, it's been an average map towards the bottom of their map pool, and probably one of the reasons why it's been picked on in here today. They've lost to Na'Vi 16-4. They lost to Vitality 16-10. They did pick up a win against Sprout 16-9, but just before that had lost 16-12. So they probably nullify one another. A 16-10 loss to Faze in Pro League. And that one right there was with Threat standing in, so that's not too many surprises. Before that, they had a slew of victories. Big, Vitality, Mouse, and Spirit all falling at NIP's hand. But here today, G2 are just looking way too strong, and they've already won the half with 8, looking good for 9.
Very good for 9. They've just turned the corner on short and been 1D'd, so probably go to the other side, which is completely undefended. Nice little AK for Nork. He's happy to collect.
All right, well, the bomb will go down with 10 seconds left, so G2 making sure that they've been diligent about this, not trying to take too many risks, not pushing in when they shouldn't do, and Hamp is still struggling here. You got 29 ADR for him, only 1 kill. A bit of a missed shot there from Kenny gives Rez a chance to run away and hold on to that Kevlar. It will be important going into the next round, alongside of Nork's AK. Those are the two most important bits of weaponry and, I guess, utility the NIP have for the next round of play. Well, Kenny will behead Hampus. That's round 9. So this one, one-way traffic. It's not as stylish. We're not seeing, the bomb getting planted at A and then rotated back to B like we saw from NIP on Vertigo, something I don't think I've ever seen before. But we're still getting quite the performance here. And this is what we wanted to see out of G2. Obviously haven't had a time to completely refine their map pool just yet. But this is looking good. And it will be the second timeout called for NIP. Having to talk through their options, having to have a bit of a discussion here to work out how many more rounds can we get and how are we going to go about it. Normally you'll see teams at this point start to accelerate. Maybe they'll go a little bit more aggressive, take the fight to them. But we've already seen that from NIP. They've had a couple of fights towards underpass, and none of which have really worked out that successfully. If you're giving up the mid control to G2 time and time again, and then if you're losing, if you go for the aggression, then the answers, they become few and far between. As we can see, Threat, the coach here.
Very animated, isn't he?
Needs to get on the mic, needs to talk them through some options, because after map number 1, you felt like it potentially would have been enough.
Yeah. No, certainly. And I mean, I would be ready to build the storyline of NIP 2-0 if they were to find 3 in a row. Like, happy to, ready to, but it doesn't feel like they're ready for what G2 are throwing at them in this T side. So at this point, different look again from G2. They're going for a bit of an A lean early. Previously, we've seen aggressive Palace presence deter Niko's push, but look how quickly he's set up in Palace. Jax is already so deep up. Kept it the walk key pressed at the right times. Enough that smoke fell. Oh, wow, Niko's been caught. He was a crucial component. It's Plopsky. Oh, gonna catch Hunter? Wow. Small margins determining the duels here, but that does look like 4 for the Ninjas. Nyx has got the bomb. That's a start, but that's the end. Nork closes the chapter of round 13.
Okay. All right, let me show you all a bit of a story at home. If you're an NIP fan, sit down for this one. Get yourself a hot chocolate, sit by the fire. It's starting to get cold out. If NIP can secure the next 2 rounds and net themselves a 9-6 half, they win the pistol, they bounce back, they convert the force buy, they win against the full eco, they take the AWP out of Kenny S's hands on the first gun round. Well, we've got a series, we've got a map, we've got a game on our hands. But unless that happens, this could be over real quick.
Dorping. Plovsky. Not doing anything else with that, are you? He's just hoping to catch anyone walking through the smoke. Hunter, speaking of walking through the smoke, he's managed to do just Hunter things.
Oh no, surely they're aware of this.
No, they're not.
It's the classic.
No, look where he is. It's been a while since I saw it, Chad.
He hasn't brought it out in some time.
A Hunter window boost. Look where he is and look at the time. That's a T player in CT spawn.
They brought back the absolute classic there.
Oh, it's been a very long time since... Oh, here we go. He's just doing what he does best.
Obliterated. A's open.
Rez has to now deal with the ramp push and CT. It's not fun. There's Molly now landing on him, and yeah, Hunter's just going to win this round. He's decided he's had enough. Twist is going to shut down the beast. But the round, I'm afraid, is his. 9, soon to be 10. to G2 here on the T side of Mirage.
That is a very, very rough way to go. That is a classic from Hunter, something that they used to operate a lot with when he was over there in Crazy. It's a strat that Kassad was using when he was the coach of 100 Thieves. It was Azza, the individual who was getting boosted up time and time again to exploit the timings through the window boost. And here he is just absolutely pants Nork, made him look like a bit of a
That's a professional Counter-Strike team looking like fools.
Yeah, and it's simple as that. Hunter wins the round with that impact, with that territory, and with those 2 kills. Didn't even need to do any more. The rest of his teammates could have come through and mopped up the rest, and now NIP going into the final round of the first half here. They will be able to operate with the double AWPs yet again, but it's not looking good. I mean, it's really not looking good.
Okay, 11 isn't 14, but it is pretty damn damning.
Yeah, especially on the T side.
Yeah.
All right, what have you got for us, NIP? Aggressive with the AWP. Nork not pushing for a pick this time. Means he can play in limbo, but if he gets stuck between 2 players coming from either angle, that AWP does not operate in that fashion whatsoever. So here you go, the first duel. Hunter having another fantastic game.
If Nork misses this, he's going to start losing that fragile mental state. He's still got it. Deals with it cleanly. Now, Rez is going to fly up the ladder and drop a smoke, but I don't know what his cue is. Is it? Okay, so he's spotting niko and then realizing it's going to be needed for a Molotov. Yeah, okay. Keeps himself safe. Oh, spoke too soon. A wall bang, floor bang from niko. And the best of the A side's gone. Twist has managed to keep things level, though. He is vulnerable to niko, and that's why that smoke is there to deter. Peeks on it. Great shots. This is what we needed to see from Twist. Mechanical brilliance. And they hunt it down, lock it down. 5.
Really, most days? That laundry pile, Alex, still building up.
Oh, God, yeah. Let's not talk about the mess awaiting us when we have a free day. Let's get into it because this is a big one. NIP dominated Vertigo. If you've just joined us, you're in for a treat. G2 finding their feet on their map pick, though. And I can't help but be honest with you. The sentiment of the casting desk is that this goes to 3.
Maybe we get some more emoticons out.
Yeah, we definitely were learning all of the Twitch emojis you guys like to spam.
All right.
This one's a bit Monka-S for NIP. Right, Rush? Yeah? That's Monka-S? Yep. Hunter looking to hog on them. Nice shots. It's a double actually from Jack, so does favor G2. And a third has come out of that USP. He's using bench and just turreting on the short flood. There's nothing left for Nork, I thought. But a clean P250 shot gets me on the edge of my seat. Nexa knocks him off his. And G2 do start with the crucial pistol round in order to make this one a quickie. You can see what that's done to the T's. And not getting the bomb down as well. Likely going to be seeing them concede for the force buy.
That was a nice shot from Nork.
Yeah, where was Jack? Was he just on bench when he started shooting?
Must have been. Because he was definitely mopping them up. I think he's done a great job there of bailing him out while they're under a lot of pressure. That missed shot in the early stages almost spelled disaster. But the... Well, I was going to say force buy. It's not a force buy, it's just a deagle. And Hampus is dead. Hampus is really dead.
Oh no, Plopsky, no! Catches the nade. That's the deagle just changing hands. Maybe everyone gets to touch it.
We've seen that before.
We have. Now the deagle's on the floor. Pick it up, Nork. You fool. Touches 4 of the hands of his squad before it's taken from them. But a spotless SMG force, buy from the G2 squad does mean they'll have the bonus now against the AKs. And this is a bonus that they can take in their stride. At 12-5, why not?
Yeah, you can operate with this. You can get the SMGs up close and personal towards A ramp, maybe push into Palace. You could even go for a late aggression in towards middle after you've given up that control to NIP. But they have the AK-47s. They're operating with their heavy machinery right now. And within the early stages, it looks like they're feigning mid-control. And a gamble stack from G2. I love this. That's the Palace aggression. Rez, you're screwed. Or are you?
Or is he?
All right.
Nice shot. Kenny finding the one-shot headshot. Scout the AK. And he knows he's got presence from that Palace position. He takes a pot shot, doesn't connect it. He was hoping to dunk with the nade. Now he can. Rez. That's not fair. So short. He's tagged another. Kenny's given it all he's got, Captain. Rez low. Twist spotted. He's trying to get away from the dodge. He's already done the damage. Jax and niko still involved. They're all gathered on CT. And that molly, oh, it's good. It forces Twist to go and at least acknowledge that Triple will be where he hides. niko can focus his attention over the flames. Twist gets one. Drone out by Jax. Still a 2-on-2. Don't forget Rez was hit by that scout.
Oh, great smoke.
Smoking a kit. It's a Potent mix, peeked by Hampus. And now looking for Jax. He's got a very awkward duel ahead of him. Maybe that is his best bet. He even has a kit. Oh, and there, Rez just got forgotten about throughout the process. Nice frags from the Ninjas in Pyjamas, but 3 frags on the bonus round. They'll now come into this one with admittedly not everything they desire. Seems like niko a little short of the mark.
Yeah, but still, they're by. It couldn't or shouldn't be that bad, all things considered. I thought Rez was going to get run down here. That's a left eye peek that he was able to win against Hunter.
Good shit is.
And Kenny's done a lot of damage here, a lot of tags. But Rez, one of those victims to the tags, was able to finish things off. So a competitive round, but it was that bonus. So buying back in, Kenny onto the AWP, niko with the FAMAS close towards A ramp, and then 3 rifles, and another gamble stack towards A.
Ooh, that's some double trouble. Nor gets them both straight into A now. That's going to really push them forward. A surge of momentum from the Swedes. They've already got Hampus set up on connector. They can pincer. What about him?
He hasn't been cleared.
He will now. Gus Rez needs a second. Nork is having a round here. Every bullet he fires, he's sending them off, packing.
I'd save 2. I don't want to go anywhere near this kid's AK.
He just took down niko at +1. Both aggressive ramp. Peeking in left eye, just crouches round the corner.
Jeez.
Great shooting.
That was fantastic.
He's making a strong case for player breaks.
Yeah, look, it wasn't an extended one by any means, but it's clearly enough for him to be hitting some form right now.
I spoke to Crims the other day, right? And I was asking him one of my usual useless questions at the end with morbid curiosity, asking, you know, how can you replicate that not caring about the result when you have to care about the result? And the only answer he had for me was that Fnatic, in their heyday, would take a week off. Straight up, all 5 players stop playing the game, come back to it with a new, fresh set of eyes, and it just gives you that new look, you know? It's something that you're staring at so often, it just becomes your reality, and disconnecting, reconnecting, this is what I'm talking about. Great shooting. The fact he's transferred so quickly, that's like within the 1/3 of the spray. Yeah. And look at the shots he's hitting onto Hunter. That's one man winning a round.
And just to you know, play into that a little bit more, obviously the calendar quite packed now. It doesn't make that as possible for a lot of these teams, but it used to be after you would go to a LAN, you would come back and you definitely wouldn't get straight back on the PC. You know, you would leave the keyboard and mouse in the suitcase for a couple of days. So if we look at NIP right now, knowing that they have these USPs to deal with on the other side of the short smoke, it shouldn't be too deadly for them. The AKs should be able to mow them on down, and it's only a matter of time, Hampus. You might be overcooking this.
Ooh, the jump is so sketchy. And the USP stack, well, it's a nice stat pad up for him. He needed that.
He needed it.
He needed that. A great injection of frags and energy into the NIP roster as Hampus gets his quad kill and puts him on 7. I'll let you do the maths.
Yeah, I think if you look at his first half performance, it was very weak. He was a non-starter.
I mean, the beauty of Counter-Strike is that we can forget all about that half.
Well, it used to be that the kills were reset at halftime and you all started from 0-0.
No, I don't like that, Chad. I like having my 20 kill T halves and then just looking good at 25 at the end of the game, you know?
Yeah, sure. I understand that. I used to be the guy because in 1.6 and Source, when you planted the bomb and it detonated, you got an extra 3 frags on the scoreboard.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that was me. I was always planting the bomb.
Chad, I bet you were fragging off the chart.
And I looked like an absolute monster, let me tell you.
God damn. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. 3 kills.
Yeah.
For a plan?
Hey.
Nuts.
Want to get that bomb down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, dude. 3 bloody kills.
That's how you incentivized it back in the day.
Oh, and the triple kill.
Yeah.
Now.
So we didn't have points. Now, if you look at the scoreboard these days, it's obviously there's a whole another column, the score column, which didn't exist now. Very, very
back
basic
in his day.
Scoreboards. Yes, I'm ancient.
Yes, Chad. When Chad was playing Counter-Strike before you were born, it was actually in black and white.
I was playing with your dad.
Yeah, it was black and white. They played it in his 4x3 on CRTs.
We did actually.
Yep, I wasn't exaggerating. Maybe the black and white part, but still. We're into the action, and I am intrigued to know whether or not this 3-man CT lean mid is going to find anything. He has managed to get his head under the threshold by which Hunter could have punished. niko's jiggling to drop his util, and they actually trade blows. He's ready for that duel. He actually finds the headshot. Plopsky tried to challenge him, but the spray control too good. Hampus, a crucial trade, and Kenny reveals his location. He can no longer hold CT. He has managed to create a nice little gap. Next on to Hampus. So now they start to pincer in.
Not planning.
And they aren't planting. They're just falling. Great frags all over the shop. And it's a spotless CT defense. Double kill for Hunter as he recovers the AWP, and they keep an AK as well. So an extra special treat to swap. Hunter's not going to complain for the one-shot headshot on the CT side. And 13 found by G2. 3 rounds away from taking us to train.
One of the notes here is I do believe Jax has been moved away from the B bomb site, and that's away from the A bomb site, and that's where he played when Amanek was on the roster with him. Jax actually defended over towards A. So having that shift in position is quite a tall task and not an easy feat by any means. So let's see how agile they stay in this. 2 players being boosted up. It is Hunter and Nexa. niko is the one who was able to help them up and over the boxes. And he's playing over towards connector. So that's a comfortable position for niko. He gets to help out Kenny, quite the duo to defend the A bomb site, and they're currently in a retake setup. Now, if NIP don't win this one back, their money's in the bin, and well, this map is probably done. If they're able to continue to trade blows with G2, we might have a couple more twists and turns in this one because G2 aren't operating with a whole lot to their name either. A slow start, no real intention within the first 40 seconds of play. And NIP, maybe just waiting for a mistake, but G2 don't want to overcommit. The fact that they are playing 2 players in this vent room means that if they push through short, they're going to have to get past multiple members, and you might not expect a second. It also allows Nexa to stay more flexible into that window. So Jack's jump peeking towards B, and that's now where the bomb is going.
I reckon Hampus could find niko here. Just about.
Another one window, though. Wasn't ready for that.
No. So to trade is in, but they've got 3 players ready to defend B here. If they don't find Hunter fast, and they have, Nexus still on the site, though, and he's going to find a 3rd. G2 in good stead to collect the 14th round here, especially now Kenny's arrived on the site and arrived in the kill feed, too.
Rez is.
Yeah.
Oh.
This one's cooked.
Okay. I think Rez timed out there.
I think we might have to take a proper pause, tech pause after that one.
Yeah, now that's unfortunate, but the round had already commenced there. So unfortunately for NIP, and something that did feel a little bit competitive, that'll stand. And that's 14 now for G2 to the 8 of NIP. Money won't be great, and it should only be a moment until we get him back in the server, I hope. That was a nice shot there from Kenny onto Twist, and what a nice made bed there from Hunter. Glad that he's taken the time to present his room. Now, Rush.
Yo, what up?
How's it going in there? Did you try the goose?
I did try the goose, yeah.
What'd you think?
It was very close to duck. It was pretty nice, to be honest. I really enjoyed it. I was the little bits of gravy with it were very, very delicious, to be honest.
Maybe my palate isn't quite refined enough for goose.
You didn't like it?
I had about 2 bites. And
No
thought,
way.
I'll be honest.
You like it?
The smell of the canteen, it's very goosey.
Yeah.
And it just smells like how I imagine Sunday roasts at the old people's home smell. You know, like if you walked into the Sunday 12 o'clock, you've come in the front door and you're like, ooh, something's for dinner.
I thought it was delicious. I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've noted that there's been a lot more sausage.
No, but I actually kind of like it because I usually struggle with my like unending gluttony. Like I just eat anything that I desire in front of me. But by having my meals decided for me and some of them not being particularly appealing, I've actually lost a great ton of weight.
Okay, well, that's one way to do it. Yeah, well, you're having your vitamins.
Yeah, they basically choose for me when I actually am going to eat. Now, we have got the full refresh of the HUD. We do have a 5v5, and we do have 2 AKs for a fully bought up T side. That doesn't sound good, but neither does the scoreline. 8 for NIP. This is an attempt, a Hail Mary attempt to get their teeth back into this round, or rather, the half. Train the 3rd should we need it. Feels like we do.
I kind of want this to finish quickly so we can get to train and have a competitive affair. These have both seemed like one-sided games, and I have no problem with that. It is their own map choices. You would like Counter-Strike to traditionally go in that fashion, and then the 3rd's meant to be the decider, the more of the middle ground. But maybe NIP aren't done. They need these 2 AKs, one in the hands of Nork, one in the hands of Rez, to actually find a couple of kills, or otherwise they're slow, staggered. Default. Oh, we're calling the timeout again. So I've heard a lot of typing just there. That doesn't normally mean a good sign.
Great.
Rush, are we still on?
Just checking console. Yes, it's not stopped yet, but it might do. There is damage that's been dealt, so that might be the reason why.
All right. Well, we continue until the whistle blows from the refs.
Okay, well, they have got the B site.
Oh no, this is going to cause a bit of an argy-barge.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's not ideal. So to clarify, what's happened here is we've lost a player to a technical issue. And then Rez has entry fragged one single frag to convert the ninth. And this was on just 2 AKs as well. So this really does, it sours the tone.
Yeah, quite a lot. And look, guys, if you're watching this and you're like, oh no, like, shouldn't that be replayed? Look, there's lots of situations, there's lots of scenarios. Internet, there are normally some dramas that come with it. And North, he's trying to take away a couple of these weapons because G2 not operating with a lot in terms of residual cash. Popsky now hunting, might get the opportunity to take away one, will do exactly that. Wants some more, knows where niko is, tapping at long range with the M4.
Oh, they're even rubbing salt in the wound, trying to hunt. They might even flash niko around this corner. Plopsky had one, Twist was pushing, but they're not going to get the repeat they were so hoping for. So we do get an NIP 9, and look what they've done. Not only did they win the round, but they don't have to invest in any more rifles. So just at the breaking point of their economy, at 14, now they get a lovely little cushion. They can lay their head on it, take a nap, and come back in trying to live out of this, or escape this nightmare. 14 to 9. Chad wanted it to be over quickly, but I'm starting to see the writing on the wall for a very close Mirage. NIP, they just need to convert not only this one, now Kenny has got an AWP, I'm not ready to write them out, but a stack on B and a heavy lean mid to B. So a universe certainly exists where G2 can make these single rifle and AWP work.
That was good damage through the smoke there, but it's unconfirmed. They won't know how low Nork is.
Are they going for the Hunter window play?
They are, but I think that Hunter is probably ready and raring for this one.
And niko. I mean, he's got the reactions. He will react. Hampus is staring at it. If he crouches and nutmegs him, he should have an advantage. And he gets it. Not this time, going to get swung on by ladder. And they feel like mission accomplished. Kenny does reveal the AWP's location. AWP B, they say. Okay, that's a very important frag from Hampus. He can lock the door behind him. That Molotov is essentially the lock turning. And the round one, Kenny burning down to 34. Rez is even hunting. Oh no, an AK delivered. Jax, a headshot.
Nork and Hampus are low. There's a real chance they can get back in this.
Yeah,
he
and
even has a kit.
They do have the kit on Kenny. They're looking for the safe plant. He is so low though. Very vulnerable to a wallbang, so not getting out of dodge and re-smoking connector. They're giving it a go, or at least posturing to do so. They've got a single flash. Ugh. No fun.
Okay,
backing away.
Yeah, that's the right call. Now, this is percentage Counter-Strike here. They will get their loss bonus starting to trickle on up, and it means they can stay deadly. If they go for this and they lose, then they get wiped out and they've dropped everything. And surprisingly, this time around, NIP are not the ones hunting. They're just happy to let them keep these weapons. Now, can we stay in window for a second, Rush, on a free cam? So, when we were in window before, can we get in there? Can we get in the window looking towards short, like what niko was doing when he was looking at that smoke? niko was looking straight through the smoke at the light. Now, I want to test something when we get home, Rush. I want to try out a couple of... how have I only just noticed that?
It's a real thing.
I'm a potato brain.
Well, because when the smoke's there, you're like, well, it's smoked. What's the point of looking at it?
I guess I haven't ever just focused on it in that way before. So that's a little detail right there that I'm a bit late to the party on.
That's a neat find.
To be fair, I hate Mirage.
Yeah, you refuse to play it. I've never played Mirage with Chad. I don't even know.
Never will.
No. It's just a rule of our friendship. No Mirage, and we can continue to hang out.
That's the way it works around here. And if NIP can continue in this game, they're going to be happy with that. They're going for a little bit quicker mid control this time.
They're doing it again.
The boost again, yeah.
Look at the gap. I wonder if it's not even broken.
Okay, well, the sound cue can play in their favor.
But surely someone's anticipating this. Who's holding it? No. Okay, Kenny kind of. Not really. Yeah, he's taking cursory glances, but Hampus can just park himself there. I almost like a B finish. They are. The B finish is a really nice touch.
Because they know the rotation has to be far away. They know what type of setup that they're working with here and that nobody is likely close connector. So all they have to do is get past Jax and Hunter.
Yeah, but easier said than done. And Hunter's got a very nice angle. I want to make sure everyone sees it before he gets knocked off his perch. Look at this.
I don't mind contact here. They don't even have to execute.
Oh, and he flanks it! Just as the B hit comes in, he actually breaks the vent, pushes in, double kill. NIP are back in Mirage.
Oof, and now they should probably hunt. Have a bit of cash to work with, start chasing, take this off out of Kenny's hands, and they almost do. Yeah,
very sketchy for Kenny. Gonna have to get away from that one, dropping his util just for survival now. It's a very different purpose than what it was 5 seconds ago. Nork? should have gone down, but Nexa just couldn't quite find the bullets. Enables him to find another now, actually running towards Kenny's location. Good shot. That will hopefully keep the feet planted towards T-spawn as they look to save. There's still time on that bomb. There's still time for Twist to keep on hunting. They know he's on ramp. niko's in Palace. Maybe he can stop it, but Kenny's lost his AWP. This hunt is cutting G2. They've got $2,400 come into their bank accounts next round, and they've just lost the Kenny AWP. There's no way for niko to retrieve it. He's better off just saving what he can. And now, no one at the 47.50 threshold. That's an AWP denied. In the closing stages of this round, Hampus getting brownie points for his arrival there.
It's crazy how they use that safety net, which is the vent not being broken, against them, because you can identify what type of setup that you're working with. So that is fantastic. And Hampus, the in-game leader, the one to see that, the one to pick the gap and the one to punish, is huge stuff. And the frustration starting to creep in on the faces of G2 now. They're only working with this M4, some upgraded pistols. Nexus hold on to that USP, and they have a handful of smokes. But niko, you need a magic moment, mate. Yeah,
it's about time. It's about that time.
There's one.
Oh, so many targets. Plopsky's got a lot of work on his plate. niko, you said he needs to be a hero. How's the double sound? And Jack's hitting the deagle. Suddenly 15 on the horizon. With nothing more than pistols and niko. He's now gone down. Found now Hunter, another frag. Rez is so low. Surely he can't do this. Hunter just needs to put one bullet in him. Rez finds the headshot onto Jax. Mantles can't find it. Hunter with a wide strafe, and G2 pull the hero round out of the bag. A collaboration of the cousins. Double for Hunter, double for niko. Puts the 15th on the board, and just after all of that hard work, NIP now have to take it into overtime if they want to take Mirage.
All right, well, that is not one you want to see NIP dropping. They were looking good for this comeback, and that's now been ripped out of their hands. Hampus was the hero in the previous, well, in this one just here, giving up that opening death. Spelled disaster. As NIP, they can afford to buy back in. It is the final round of play. It would have been a force regardless of their economic situation. But again, Hampus, one of the individuals leading the charge for NIP, leading by example, leading from the front. Can they find a gap again? Trying to really punish this B bomb site. And Jax, it's for new territory for him. They've cleared out towards Palace, so Kenny with the AWP leered forward, saw nothing. They've also managed a bit of A ramp aggression, nothing there. Nexa, off of that space that Kenny has secured, will be taking that away as quickly as possible in case it is an A split. And niko towards ramp. I do not like this for Twist. He is going to go down any second.
Spotted. I'm trying to control A aggression. They've even got Nork parked up on T stairs, trying to catch Palace pushes. Hampus has just pushed up the stairs and managed to tag up another. That's the bomb. Oh, Nork's chances of going down so high, but now they're just walking into B. This is a kooky round. They've had frags on A, frags on the bloody Palace push, and now Plopsky's walked into B to keep Hunter busy. He'd need a multi. Maybe Rez. Uh-oh. He didn't get check-in. Why has he not pulled the trigger? Finally, Rez does. niko caught on the gap of the smoke. Twist fails to punish, and perhaps that has ramifications, because now a 2v3. Both the CTs are so low, and they worked so hard to get this far. I don't know whether they want to continue to push the issue. Yeah, Kenny, but the fact we aren't seeing any movement out of him, he's just accepted his fate, playing the percentage. He knows he only needs one more round. There's no need to go for the Hail Mary yet.
Yeah, the problem with this is now it's only 1900, and with only 2 saved guns. I know that they won it with just the pistols before, so maybe they'll light upgrade again. Actually, we should see a buy. Hunter can purchase. niko can drop a gun across as long as he doesn't go down here. They're exiting in his direction. Where's the line? Where's the line Nork draws in the sand? Oh, just at the TV. So not going to push out into niko's waiting arms. He would have loved another frag there, niko. Taking away a gun would have been fantastic. He's operating with 7 assists, so not converting, not finishing off his meals here this evening. G2, just one more round. And this is why I was talking about a purchase. Oh, niko, what are you dropping? Just a couple of pistols here.
I mean, we saw how far a $700 pistol can go.
That's true. They don't have to fully invest behind this. Because you can see Hunter as well. He's working with a lot of cash. It's bought into a UMP, so...
Well, it's actually not...
Yeah.
Not the worst.
Intimidating.
It is. I can't help but feel this is actually it. There's a 3-man stack on A ramp, And Hunter, he would need to have the element of surprise here. Hopefully, Jackson Nexa can bait them in. He'll go unchecked. Mid-control, though. I mean, a connector wrap would ruin it, all of this setup. But are NOP going to cross their T's and dot their I's, or will there be a little bit of a Flopsky overextension? Doesn't get the first. It's Hunter that does get shut down quite quickly, though. And now Jax with only his CZ. He's gobbled a flash. He's gobbled some lead. Hampus the one to deal it out. Kenny's on the retreat. Goes down. Hampus was trying to hunt him down. So Kenny will keep hold of his AWP, and niko will hang out in connector. Bomb ticking away. NIP making a bit of a half out of this now.
And they're not going to put the chase on. They're actually just standing still, making sure there is no retake, because these were the two survivors. These were the two saved guns, and that means there could be a kid, and they are right to think so. niko has one, and he was waiting towards the basic connector, but it appears they'll be saving again. And that's 2,400 into the bank balance in the next round, so the buys will be strong for G2, but that's now 13 for NIP. If they're able to pull this back to overtime, I would be extremely impressed, because the way that that first half started, they were having a rough time of it, being dictated to across the map. G2 looked very, very comfortable, but now we have a real map of this one. Almost going to go the full 30. Will NIP take us there? That's the question. We will need bonus rounds to pull these two teams apart if NIP control the last two, and that'll be 4 on the trot. Remember, G2 won the pistol. They converted. Then the AKs came out early from NIP. They went on a spree of 3. And now we find ourselves at 15-13. Pace change. Looks a bit faster. They're going to extinguish and go.
Okay, Kenny. He mantles up, and he has all the time in the world to take that shot thanks to the flashbang. Next to another. Oh, this one's done. Just charging in with a pace change. Nexa can't believe his luck. He collects all 3, and that's it. Charging into A is where they meet their demise. G2 convert.